There's a truth about the human body that many people don't realize until it's too late. It tries to protect you. It whispers before it shouts. It warns you before it breaks. And one of the most surprising ways it sends those warnings is through your eyes. We often think of our eyesight as something that fades slowly with age, something that changes so gradually we barely notice. A little more glare at night, a little trouble reading small print, maybe needing brighter light for sewing or reading. But sometimes the changes are not slow. Sometimes they come suddenly out of nowhere, and they are not just about vision. They are about survival. What many seniors don't know is that your eyes can warn you weeks before a stroke, long before you feel dizzy, long before your speech slurs, long before anyone around you knows something is wrong. These warnings can be so subtle you might dismiss them as just getting older. But ignoring them could mean losing your independence, your ability to move freely, or even your life. And here's the good news. If you know what to look for, you can act in time. This isn't about scaring you. It's about giving you the power to notice, the courage to speak up, and the chance to protect your future. Because I believe you deserve to live every year you have left with clarity, dignity, and joy. And that starts with knowing how to listen to what your eyes are trying to tell you. Number 1, the silent cry from your eyes. Picture this. It's a quiet morning. You're sitting by your favorite window with a cup of tea or coffee, the kind of morning you've had 100 times before. You look out at the garden or the street, and something feels different. There's a faint shadow over part of your vision, or maybe a patch that looks blurry, almost like a smudge on your glasses. You take them off, clean them carefully, put them back on, but the smudge is still there. You blink, you rub your eyes. You tell yourself, maybe I just need more sleep. But here's the truth. In some cases, this isn't about tired eyes at all. This is your body sending you a distress signal. The eyes are incredibly sensitive, and because they're directly connected to the brain through the optic nerve, changes in the brain's blood flow can show up there first. A stroke is essentially a blockage or burst in the blood vessels of the brain, and when those vessels struggle, your vision can be the first to feel it. The cruel thing is that the changes are often painless and fleeting. They can last minutes or hours, then vanish completely, making it easy to shrug them off. But those fleeting moments are like a tap on the shoulder from your own body, saying, something is wrong, don't wait. Number 2, how your eyes speak for your brain. Most people think of their eyes as separate from the rest of their body, as if they're little cameras just sending pictures to the brain. But the truth is, they are part of the brain. The retina, the light-sensitive layer at the back of your eye, is made of nerve tissue, the same kind of tissue your brain is made from. The tiny blood vessels that keep your brain alive are the same ones that keep your eyes alive. This is why eye problems can sometimes be the first clue to serious brain problems. When a stroke is building, it can show up as sudden blurriness in one eye, a loss of vision on one side, flashes of light, or trouble focusing on things you've looked at for years without difficulty. You might look at your grandchild's face and realize you can only see half their smile clearly. You might read a line in a book and notice that the words on the left side are faint or missing. These aren't just quirks of aging. They are messages from your nervous system, and the most dangerous thing you can do is ignore them. I understand why so many people do. They don't want to make a fuss, or they assume it's just an eye problem and book an optician appointment for next week. But here's the sobering truth. Every minute your brain is deprived of blood, more brain cells die. Acting right away can mean the difference between walking out of the hospital on your own and not walking out at all. Number 3, Margaret's story. The warning she didn't ignore. Let me tell you about Margaret, a retired schoolteacher in her early 70s. She had always been healthy, active, and sharp as a tack. One morning, she sat down to read her devotional, a ritual she never missed. As she scanned the page, she noticed something odd. The right side of the words looked faded, almost as if someone had erased part of the print. She took off her glasses, cleaned them carefully, and tried again. The blur was still there. She switched to looking at the clock on the wall, and half of it seemed to disappear into a shadow. It only lasted a couple of minutes, and then everything looked normal again. Now Margaret could have dismissed it. She could have told herself it was nothing. But she remembered hearing once that sudden vision changes can be a sign of a stroke. So she told her husband, and they went straight to the hospital. The doctors ran tests and discovered a small clot-blocking blood flow to her brain, a transient ischemic attack, often called a mini-stroke. This was her warning shot. Because she acted immediately, the clot was treated before it could cause permanent damage. Margaret went home that same week with her vision intact, her mind clear, and her life unchanged. She still tells everyone she meets, "If your eyes start acting strange, don't wait. It's better to be wrong and safe than right and gone." Number 4. The common vision. Changes you should never ignore. Not every change in your eyesight is dangerous, but there are certain ones that should send you straight to the phone to call for help. If you ever experience sudden blurriness in one eye that wasn't there before, a sudden loss of vision, even if it lasts only seconds, double vision, flashes of light that appear out of nowhere, or a feeling that part of your vision is missing, treat it like an emergency. One of the most overlooked signs is something called visual field loss, where a section of your sight disappears, almost like a curtain being pulled across part of your view. You might notice it when you're watching TV and part of the screen looks dark, or when you're reading and the words on one side seem gone. Even if these symptoms vanish quickly, they can be a sign of a temporary blockage in the blood flow to your brain. And that means a bigger, more dangerous stroke could be coming. Many people make the mistake of waiting to see if it happens again. The problem is, with strokes, the next time can be the one that changes your life forever. Acting immediately is the best way to protect not just your sight, but your speech, your movement, and your memories. Think of it this way. If your smoke alarm went off for 2 minutes and then stopped, would you ignore it? No, you'd check for fire. Your eyes deserve the same urgency. Number 5. Why these warnings often get missed. One of the saddest truths I've learned from talking with older adults is that so many of them have felt the early signs of something serious and ignored them. Not because they didn't care, but because they didn't want to bother anyone. How many times have we told ourselves, "I'm probably overreacting. I'll see how I feel tomorrow." For seniors especially, there's this quiet bravery, this habit of downplaying discomfort, that can be dangerous when it comes to strokes. You've spent a lifetime being strong for your family, enduring aches and pains without complaint, powering through colds and tiredness, because there was always someone else to take care of. But here's the thing. These eye changes are not like a sore knee or a stiff back. They are not something to wait and see. The reason so many people miss them is because they don't hurt. They often pass quickly, and they don't always come with the classic signs of a stroke like slurred speech or weakness on one side. For a lot of seniors, vision changes feel more like an inconvenience than an emergency, and yet they can be the most urgent alarm your body will ever ring. The other reason they're often missed is that many people chalk them up to normal aging. Of course, eyesight does change as we get older. Cataracts can cloud it, macular degeneration can blur it, glasses prescriptions can shift. But these conditions develop slowly. Sudden changes are different. Sudden means your body is telling you something new, and when it comes to your brain, new changes deserve instant attention. I've met people who said, "If I had just listened to my body, I could have avoided the stroke entirely." I want you to be one of the people who listens the first time. Number 6. The role of caregivers and loved ones. For those of you watching who care for a parent, spouse, or elderly friend, you have an incredibly important role in catching these warnings. Sometimes the person having the symptom doesn't even notice it. They just move their head differently to see better, or they close one eye, or they stop reading because the light's not good. As a caregiver, you can be their second pair of eyes. If you notice your loved one squinting more than usual, tilting their head strangely, blinking repeatedly like they're trying to clear something, or saying things like, "This side of the paper looks funny," don't brush it off. Ask questions gently like, "Can you see clearly out of both eyes right now?" or "Does anything look missing or blurry?" If the answer is yes, encourage them to treat it as urgent, even if they say, "It's fine now." I know it can feel pushy to insist on calling a doctor or going to the hospital, especially if your loved one is independent and doesn't like fuss. But I promise you, a little pushiness in this moment could save them from weeks, months, or years of recovery from a major stroke. I've spoken to husbands who said they didn't want to embarrass their wives by making a scene, and wives who said they didn't want to over-worry their husbands. But here's the truth. Nothing is more loving than protecting someone's brain and their future. Even if you turn out to be wrong, you will never regret taking action. And if you're the senior yourself, please understand, letting someone help you isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's allowing the people who love you to keep loving you for many more healthy years. Number 7. Practical steps to protect your eyes and your brain. Knowing that your eyes can warn you before a stroke is powerful, but knowledge alone isn't enough. What will save your life is what you do with that knowledge. So let's walk through, step by step, the habits, choices, and precautions that can protect both your vision and your brain. First, make it a non-negotiable part of your year to have a full eye exam. Not just a quick glasses check, but a complete look at your retina, your optic nerve, and your blood vessels. Eye doctors are often the very first to spot signs of reduced blood flow, clots, or other issues long before you notice any symptoms. Think of them as your early warning team. Second, pay close attention to your body's quiet signals. If your eyesight suddenly changes, even for just a few minutes, do not wait for it to go away. Do not tell yourself, "I'll wait until morning." Stroke-related vision problems often fade temporarily, tricking people into believing they're safe. But that fade is just your body's temporary recovery. The danger may still be building. Treat every sudden change like an urgent call for help. Call 911. If you can't, ask a neighbor or friend to get you to the hospital. Third, build a lifestyle that keeps your blood vessels healthy and strong. This doesn't mean turning your life upside down. It means making small, steady choices. Eat colorful vegetables every day, limit foods that raise blood pressure or blood sugar, drink plenty of water, and move your body daily, even if it's just walking in place while watching TV or strolling to the mailbox. Every bit of movement is like cleaning the pipes that carry blood to your brain. And here's something we don't talk about enough. Keep your life socially and emotionally active. Isolation and loneliness can cause people to lose focus on their health. Staying engaged with friends, church groups, hobbies, or even calling family regularly gives you more reasons to protect yourself. Because the truth is, health isn't just about avoiding sickness. It's about keeping yourself strong enough to keep doing the things and being with the people you love. When you have something to look forward to, you're more likely to protect the years ahead. Number 8. How to talk to your doctor so you're taken seriously. Too many seniors have told me, "I went to the doctor but they brushed it off." This is heartbreaking and preventable. The way you describe your symptoms can make all the difference. You have to paint a clear picture for your doctor. Instead of saying, "My eyes felt a little weird," say, "At exactly 9:15 this morning, the vision in my right eye went completely blurry and stayed that way for 3 minutes. This has never happened before." Those details, exact time, exact side, exact change, help doctors understand urgency. If you feel like your doctor is rushing you, don't be afraid to repeat yourself. Say, "I'm worried this could be a sign of a stroke. I want this checked today." If you feel shy about speaking up, write down your symptoms before you go, or bring someone with you, a spouse, a child, a trusted friend, who can make sure you're heard. I've seen too many cases where the difference between a full recovery and lifelong disability was whether the patient insisted on being taken seriously in that moment. You are not being dramatic. You are not wasting anyone's time. You are protecting your brain, your memories, your independence, your ability to hug your grandchildren and recognize their faces. That is worth every ounce of courage it takes to speak firmly. And if you ever feel dismissed, remember this. You can seek another opinion. You are the customer in your healthcare. You are the one with everything to lose or gain. By speaking up, you are not just helping yourself. You are teaching your children and grandchildren that their health matters too. You are creating a family culture where no one ever ignores the body's warning signs. Number 9, a final word of hope and strength. I know that talking about strokes can bring up fear of losing your independence, fear of being a burden, fear of not being able to enjoy the life you've built. But I want you to hear me clearly. Knowing these signs means you are already ahead. You have a chance to act when it matters most. You have the ability to protect not just your life, but the life your loved ones share with you. Imagine your granddaughter's wedding day. Imagine sitting at the table at Christmas dinner. Imagine still being able to drive to your favorite coffee shop, walk in, and greet the same friends you've known for decades. All of those moments are worth protecting, and they can still be yours if you listen to your body, act quickly, and never ignore what your eyes are trying to tell you. Even if the symptom turns out to be something less serious, you will never regret being careful. But if it is the early warning of a stroke, that one decision to take action could save your speech, your mobility, your independence, your life. That's not an exaggeration. It's the reality I've seen over and over again. So I leave you with this. Your body will never stop trying to protect you. Your eyes are not just for seeing, they are for warning you. Trust them, listen to them, and act for them. If you found value in this conversation, please share it with a friend or loved one. Like this video so it reaches more people who might need this exact information, and subscribe to Faith Wisdom, where we talk about the health, hope, and strength that matter most as we age. Together we can keep building lives full of joy, safety, and purpose for many, many years to come.